Hi everyone, it's Uncle Pete from Hardcore Italian. We're in the Berwyn and Cicero area. We're specifically at Roosevelt Road and Wisconsin Avenue in the north end of Berwyn. This is my neighborhood. This is where I grew up. What makes the north end of Berwyn unique is that in the late 50s into the early 70s, a lot of the people that moved here came from Chicago's Little Italy, Taylor Street area. When we were growing up here, most of the people that I grew up with, that's where their family came from. Entire families moved from the near west side into the north end of Berwyn. We had our small Italian businesses. Anything that was on Taylor Street, we brought it here to the north end of Berwyn. Living here gave you a sense of security also. We were no different than the kids that grew up in the city. Playgrounds and alleys, every little section had a group of guys or bunch of kids hanging out. A friend of mine that grew up on Taylor Street his whole life told me the north end of Berwyn reminded him of Taylor Street, just with no grass. Because Taylor Street, there was no grass. When we moved to the north end of Berwyn in 1967, my father bought his first house right here, the second house off the corner. Most of the Italian Americans, first and second generation that moved here, they bought bungalows. Like all Italian American areas of that time, there was the Italian American businesses. We had our share. We had some really good places. I'm standing in front of the original Bona Beef at Roosevelt Road and Oak Park Avenue. Bona Beef is the quintessential American dream, the Italian American dream. Bona Beef opened up in the early 80s, right around 1982. They turned a small family business run by the brothers and the sister into a major corporation here in the United States. Their grandmother and my grandmother came over from Italy together, from Naples. They lived right around the corner. Their grandmother lived 4 or 5 blocks from where we grew up. And they were a family that grew up here in an apartment with the rest of us. As a neighborhood and as an Italian-American community, we're proud of Bona Beef for what they've made of themselves. Our next stop on Roosevelt Road is Toronto Bakery. Toronto Bakery opened up late 60s, early 70s. It was a small little grocery store, candy store. They had pizza in there. They've made themselves one of the biggest Italian-American businesses in the country. Everybody knows Toronto Bakery and Toronto bread. When you're on the street, you can still smell the bread like the old days. We're on 16th Street now, and we're in front of the Italian-American Club of Berwyn, the civic organization of Berwyn. They opened up the club here in the early 70s, late 60s. This was a place for all of us as we were growing up. I'm on the north end of Cicero. 16th and 61st, and we're at Freddy's Pizza. Freddy's Pizza, no secret. Everybody knows about it. Everybody comes here. It's one of the most popular Italian businesses in the Chicagoland area. Pizza, pasta, Italian sandwiches. The first time I walked into Freddy's, all they had was lemonade and cheese pizza in the pan. And since then, it's grown to what it is today. It's a small little deli. When you walk in and see the inside, they got everything packed together. It's really a unique place. Anna and Joe do a great job here. Cicero's a little bit different. Not a lot of places left. This place is about the only place left where people come back. No matter where you move, you come back to Freddy's. One of the other areas in the north end of Cicero was Roosevelt and Austin. You had a lot of different Italian-American business there. You had Mickey's Italian store on the corner. You had Shulo's just west of Austin Boulevard on Roosevelt Road. Shoemakers. You had drugstores. The church up there was St. Francis of Rome. They had a carnival there at the church. Really a special place to grow up. Anybody that grew up at Cicero, if you remember a place that's no longer there, make a comment and tell everybody what your favorite place was at Cicero. Like most Italian-American neighborhoods, they're not what they used to be. If you like my shirt, go to hardcoreitalians.com and buy the shirt. Have a great day. See you next time.